Good morning, sir and friends. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity that given to us. We are from Group 10, and now we're going to present about teacher-student relationship factor affecting motivation and academic achievement in ESL classroom. Okay, now let's take a look at the table of contents. As you can see, there are three main points that we are going to explain based on the article. The first one is what study work carries out in motivation. The second one is what aspect were studied in relation to motivation. And the last one is what focus were given in the studies. In terms of the point what study work carries out in motivation, we will explain about motivation model in language learning and positive teacher-student relationship. And in the term of point what aspect were studied in relation to motivation, we are going to explain about teacher roles, student needs, and teacher-student interaction. And the last point, what focus were given in the study. There are four sub-points that we are going to explain. The first is the importance of teacher-student relationship. Second one is the student academic achievement. And the third one is motivation and engagement in learning. And the last one is teacher's belief. Okay, before we start with the first main point, let's take a look at Letau and Wall's statement about positive teacher-student relationship. According to them, positive teacher-student relationship is a form of a relationship that is characterized by mutual acceptance, understanding, warmth, closeness, trust, respect, care, and cooperation. So learning is not about a person like the teacher alone, but there is also another, that is the student. The teacher has to understand that the student come from different background, characteristic, and so on. The teacher needs to provide a space from them to communicate. A good communication bring a good relationship between one another. With a good communication, not only the teacher can understand the student, but the student also can feel comfortable that can affect their trust for the teacher. It also makes the student feel the teacher love and cares that will affect their motivation in learning also. So for the next speaker, time is yours now.
Hello everyone, my name is Sylvia Remetwa. Now I will explain about what studies were carried out in motivation. Studies were carried out in motivation have a 2 point. The point 1 is about motivation model in language learning. The first, Kerner 2001 said that presenting motivation as a dynamic construct with integrative motivation at its center. Number 2, Dorney 2001. Teachers are responsible for creating the basic motivational condition, for generating and maintaining student motivation, and for encouraging positive self-evaluation. And the next is students who experience sensitive, responsive, and positive interaction with teacher perceive them as more supportive and are more motivated within the academic context of school. And the point number 2 is about positive teacher-student relationship. The number 1, students who have positive relationship with their teacher feel motivated to learn and feel supported. Number 2, students are more engaged with this. They have a supportive relationship with the teacher. Number 3, they tend to work harder in the classroom, persevere, accept direction and criticism, cope better with stress, and pay attention more to the teachers. Number 4, Hodges 2006 stated that a teacher's typical level of support and concern can also be treated as one of the factors of classroom climate. And finally is the teacher emotional support and academic gains is very important to enhance students' academic achievement.
Thank you, Sylvia. Now we move to the second question that is about what aspects for study in relation to motivation. So there are three points that I'm going to so there are 3 points as the answers of this question that we found out implicitly described in the article. So the first one is about the teacher's rules. Um, Besides sharing the knowledge, the teacher also has to have an awareness of his or her class, the condition of his or her class. As you know that there are some problematic, like problem or even phenomena that could be happen in the class, like for example, because the students come from different perception, different background and needs, a conditions, the teacher has to provide, has to be creative in in the learning process. For example, some of the students is probably has have you know low ability in gained and understanding the material, and some of them probably have a high ability in gain the information. So the teachers needs to classify the students um, um, depends on their ability and their needs. The third point is about the teacher. Yeah, needs to classify the students with a need. I mean, probably some of them also have like has have a defect physically, and the teacher has to provide the method or like in the for the media of learning. The teacher can using you know some media that could be able to help them in understand more about the explanation. And the fourth point is the teacher needs to create a safe class in order to help students understand and participate more and more in his or her class. So a safe class is a condition where the students feel comfortable in it. You know, sometimes the teacher, um, because she or he is too rigid and to force the students to understand or probably do a performance, the students can be stressed out, and it's not a safe class. A safe class is a condition where the students, you know, is given a space to, performs to participate in the class using a safe way. I mean, they are not being judged using rude words or probably the expressions of the teacher or even their friends is not bad. It's something that you know rude, and then there are also like comments or hates that they are found or they feel you know from the teacher or even their friends. So the teacher needs to aware of this condition and find the answers, find the way to solve this phenomena. And the last point is sharing knowledge. The teacher needs to sharing the knowledge while adapting the method in a way that's easier for students to understand. Something like still connected with the point that I've explained before. That, for example, is the students for students that have like self defect, like for example their physique is not that perfect. I mean, probably the ear it's not work as the same as the others, and then the teacher has to provide method or media that could be able to help them in understand the material and can be able to participate in the class. So it's all, if I can conclude, it's about the communication and the teacher awareness. So the teacher has to be, like aware, and um, has to, you know put the, like, be aware of the condition of the class, and want to find out is there any problem or phenomena, and then try to find out the the answers, or something, the way that could solve the problem or phenomena that she or he found on the class. Now I'm going to explain the second point, that is about the student's need. So the student need a change to be able to speak their problem with the teacher. So it is about a good relationship between the students and the teacher. A good communication will help both the teacher and the students, solve the issue or the problem in the learning process, by gained a trust by the students. The teacher will find out what is the problem or the issue that the students feel in the learning process. And the second point is that the students need to be respected and be placed as the other. So the treatment that the treatment, the care, the loves that the teacher share, it has to be same to everyone. So the teacher cannot be partially care to some students, like probably they with a good grade in the class, and then some of the students that there is, probably had a low capacity and ability in understanding, will be left behind. No, the teacher has to provide the care, the love, the attention to everyone. And the third point, the students need motivation in order to help them in achieving a good goal in their academic achievement. So the teacher has to provide not only about giving the material, sharing the material, but also help them in find the motivation, because some of them, for example, bad at learning and understanding the material. The teacher has to help them in find out, like, what is what what is the problem or the issue that, you know like, become a barrier for them to understand the material, and then help them by uh, giving a motivation to help them in to get away from that bad situation. The the fifth and the last, also the last point, is the student need a better environment of class where they feel comfortable and not stressed out. So it's the same with the point that I've explained on the teacher's roles before. That is about a safe class. So the teacher has to provide a class, what's the students this something that the students need is a class that is safe. So they they will participate and do a performance when they feel comfortable, not be ashamed by the teacher, because I've also experienced that condition, and I feel like it's not something that really uncomfortable when you are being judged in front of the people, and then using a rude words or rude expression. I'll be uncomfortable and not saved. So as the teacher, we have to provide a safe situation and condition that make the students feel comfortable, and it will, you know, directly um, affect their academic achievement and also performance participation in the class.
The next point is teacher and student interaction. I have four things that I want to share with you. And the first thing is teacher must establish a positive relationship with their students in order to provide the learning opportunity as well as motivation they needed. The second, a good communication between teachers and student will help both teacher and student to find any problem or issue that they have found in class and solve it together. The third is research overseas has shown that better contact and more closeness between teacher and student results in higher student motivation. And the last thing is the classroom is more than just an academic setting. It also involves humanistic value to learn about life. And let's move to the next question. And this is the last question. What focus were given in the studies? And when we talk about focus in the studies, I have the first thing that I want to share. The first point is the importance of teacher and student relationship. I have 5 things that I want to share with you guys. The first one is teacher and student relationship contribute to student increased level of motivation to learn as well as enhance their academic achievement. The second is the teacher needs to get to know the students more to earn their respect in return. The third is it is vital to build a strong relationship with the students as it will ensure a successful learning conduct. The fourth is positive teacher and student relationship improves classroom management like making it conductive, comfortable, and safe for self-learning and self-discovery. The last thing is positive relationship means the students truly like the teacher and it will make them stay in their seats. That's all from me, and the next point, and my friend will explain the next point. Thank you.
Okay, the second one is increase in academic. The student climb to achieve excellent grades in the subject that were taught by their favorite teachers. A teacher that is approachable, friendly, and helpful makes students' learning more inviting, easier, and less stressful. Most of teacher-student relationships continue even after the students finish their school. They put emphasis on the teacher more like a friend or even family than just being a teacher. If the teacher is harsh and short-tempered, it will be difficult for students to approach the material. The situation in school, cultural norms, and the school system sometimes blow the process of nurturing positive relationship between the students and the teachers. So, a good relationship between teachers and students results in academic improvement. This is because students feel comfortable with the teacher, starting from the method used when teaching, the attention and motivation that is always given by the teacher, so that the students feel their teacher is their friends and also their parents. That is what spurs them to be enthusiastic about learning. However, if the teacher is rude and grumpy, then there is no a good relationship between the teachers and the students. Then after all, the students will have no enthusiasm to learn and will experience a decline in academics. The next one is motivation and engagement in learning. Students need and want teacher to be firm. The ability to blend firmness with warmth and caring is difficult but certainly possible. Teacher support and attention resulted in better students' classroom engagement. Students with higher quality relationship participate more and are more engaged in the classroom than those with lower quality relationship. Adler and Moulton in 1998 state that students interpreted caring as understanding, respecting academic confidentiality, encouragement, urging the completion of assignment, and making assignment fun, interesting, adaptable to the style of the learner. So,
Even though there is a close and a good relationship between the teachers and the students, that is not an excuse for teachers not to be firm with the students. If it is found that students make mistakes, the teacher must be firm and don't let them continue to make mistakes. This is also a form of attention given by the teachers. Support and attention from the teachers makes student class engagement more better. Thank you.
Point 4 is teacher belief. Every student are the same. We must treat them equally. We must blaze towards them. Responded 3. 5 of 6 respondents claim that is their belief as teacher to put students at their utmost priority. The need to be born as well to know. The students are some of the factors that this preserves teacher consider heavily when dealing with the students. Point 5 is students' future development. The key indicator of successful school adjustment both in the present and the future is determined based on the student's ability to form a strong and positive relationship with the teacher. Positive teacher and student relationship has the ability to curb behavioral problem and also functions and counteract the effects of problem in the family relationship. The strong and positive relationship with teacher is one that is long lasting. The teacher's support influence the student's life forever.
Okay, thank you. Well, the conclusion of the material that we have presented before is student academic achievement and student motivation are influenced by the quality of the relationship between the teacher and the student. From the article and the studies, we can say that the respondents are aware of the importance and the roles in their duties as a teacher. The line that we have to draw here is that is not only about sharing the knowledge in the process of learning, but it's also focused on how the teacher can build a good communication and relationship with the student in order to know them better, which is help the teacher in analyze the need of the students. As also rightly stated by Rhodes, Grossman and Rich in 2000, teachers' roles is to provide a safe context for support and guidance for the student. Okay, maybe that's all from our group, and thank you so much for your attention, everyone.